Yoga teachers, today I want to look at two poses. First one, Kamat Karasana, which is a wild thing, you know it as the wild thing. And the name, or Kara, means a miracle or surprise. And Camatkarasana can be described as the ecstatic unfolding of the enraptured heart. So beautiful. The ecstatic unfolding of the enraptured heart. Okay, so first thing is you do want to get the hips open to get the chest open. For more advanced students, you can take the wild thing into Uttanasana, your crab, back bend. And we start, generally it starts in downward facing dog. Quite nice to know that the arm pressing is pressing and lifting in the armpit and pressing out like you would, very similar to a downward facing dog. It keeps pushing in that kind of way like your side plank. Then let's go with one, and then I'll tell you a few variations that I like. Go to downward facing dog, lift under the armpits, lift the belly, raise your right leg behind you, reach out, push into the right arm. Now we're going to shift the weight onto the left leg, and so you swivel the left leg onto the big toe side. If you can, keep the big toe on the floor, otherwise it rolls a bit. You can keep lifted onto the whole foot. Rotate, the left arm takes over, starts pushing, you place the leg behind you. And I like to promote that you put your hand on your hip at first to really feel the rotation to get the heart open. If the shoulder's a bit tight and the arm doesn't get there initially. You don't really just want to like drop and start getting the arm open. Later, you can take the arm and really reach it, opening the hips. Okay. And once you're warmed up nicely, we can always try and get it into your back bend. And okay, let's do it on the other side. Down dog. Inhale, raise the left leg, pull, and think of pulling on the sky, pushing on the right arm, landing. And then now let's take the arm with us. Push the hips, open the chest, push. So your left leg is bent, you're pushing on both legs to push the hips up, just like a back bend. Okay. So let's go more advanced and then we'll go easier. When you go into your Uttanasana, this hand has to swivel to go to the hand position by your shoulder, and then when you come back, it has to move back again. Okay, so that's the difficulty part. The trick of this one is really get the chest open, weight onto that side, onto the hand side. So let's go with the right leg. Only when you're warmed up, hey? Inhale, raise the right leg, lift, carry the leg in a big circle, open, you start rolling, rotate, the hand goes down. The left knee can bend so that both knees can then bend into your back bend. You can swivel your left hand back again into your down dog and pose of the child. Okay. Let's look at it again one more time on the other side. Root through the hands. Exhale. Lift the left leg to the sky. Inhale. Push into the left arm. Make it long. And then start taking over the right. Swivels. There's your wild thing. Open the chest. Swivel. Can take the right leg into your back bend. Swivel it back. Up with the hips if you can. And come rest again. Okay. So as you notice, that's not very beginner material. So what I like for a little bit more less advanced is starting just teaching it in down dog. Raise it into a three-legged down dog. Keep the pressure through the arms. Open the hip just to learn how to rotate and get the hip open and the foot towards the heart. So that's already quite a lot. The whole inner thigh of the bottom leg is working open. It's just simple. Trying to keep the arms aligned, shoulders aligned, hips open, and foot to the heart. Always try and think of aiming. Can look under the left arm if you like, but shoulders can stay square because later on it will rotate more into that. Okay. Then a nice variation for beginners is not to lift the leg up so high, and because that doesn't make sense in the beginning, is just take it from a plank and bend both knees, put the foot behind, and then push the hips up. Okay, nice and simple. Hey, down dog, bend the knees, push on the one, take the foot behind, straighten out the right leg, and keep pushing on the left. Come back. Okay. And so the reason why fallen star is associated with this one, did I give you the Sanskrit name? No. Okay, so let's go to the next one, the fallen star, also known as the fallen triangle, and is called Patita Tarasana. Patita Tarasana. And it is a combo of your Vasisthasana, your side plank, a back bend with like a triangle. That's why it's fallen triangle. Looks like a triangle. And again, the beginners struggle with really opening the hips. Seems like there's a lock when you just stay back with the hips, and then it's really heavy on the arm. So I'm gonna wait. Let's just do it. Come from down dog. Lift under the armpits, lift under the palms, and take the leg. You can take it up if you like. Let's take any leg up to the sky. Bring it to the chest. Swivel your back foot. I like to bend it. So both knees are bent now. Slide the leg underneath, and then you can push and open the hips. And same thing with the arm. So you end up in very similar kind of pose. This one can be both bent until the student understands. First you straighten out the front leg, and then later you straighten out the back leg. Okay, depends on the hips, the flexibility of the hips. Okay, it's a nice variation to the wild thing. Other leg up from down dog. Bend. I like bending both knees, slide it through, hand on the hip. Then this leg goes straight, the one that slides through. You push, and maybe eventually you get a straight back leg because you're pushing and opening the chest. Okay. So a little variation on that one. It's quite a big variation. But I like teaching that because people don't understand the hips opening. And it's just too much sometimes for the arm. I've got quite a few people with shoulder injuries. So we do it like so. Very nice. It's awesome to stretch your hips. You have to try it. You swivel like you would do gate pose, like this variation of gate pose. But this time you put the foot behind and you just push the hips. So now I've got less weight, and I can also learn to understand how the shoulder integrates to push the heart up and really get a nice stretch on the bottom hip. Okay. So it's like the gate pose, just adding the foot behind the other foot. You push, open, lift, and come back. Cool. That is Kamat Karasana, wild thing, and fallen triangle pose, Patita Tarasana. That one I have to learn with you guys, Patita Tarasana. Patita Tarasana. Thanks for watching. Namaste.